Microphone check 1 2.
Why is it just not sending alerts sometimes?
Do 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 do. Pew pew pew. Laser. Pizza hamburger pizza. Oh, we're chatting to that.
That was weird. But now we have like a new one running. And it's not sending us the alert.
Oh, are we live?
Yeah, we're live now.
Hey guys, can you please leave a chat on the like, cuz we stopped the previous video cuz we couldn't see your comments. I think there's a problem with U-2
and it's not sending us alerts.
We're so sorry about that, but we're having some technical difficulties. Big shout out to Void a Parrot, ZZ, and Scott Walker. Especially Scott Walker. We're so sorry, man. I know you've been waiting for long. We're really doing this for you, but for some reason the chat is not appearing. So let's see what happens here. This is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
It's our Lex Talk section where we talk about everything and anything. The title is a placeholder so don't worry about it. If you're joining new, please press like, subscribe, and leave a reply. Here we go.
I guess there's some sort of like algorithm behind this alert thing. Maybe if we like do too many
lives
a day, it doesn't really send us any more alerts because maybe they think it's like abuse or like an error or something.
Okay.
Who knows?
No, because Void was talking about the Attack of the Titan. That's the comic that came like right after we were done with comics. I did watch a couple of books, Tanhengbon in Korean of that. It was alright, but I do miss the old school vibes though.
It's true. And I guess it's one of the reasons why I don't really watch the new ones.
Hey, Won-Jin, you know what makes me know that I'm old is so many people are fans of One Piece. Like I watched like 16 of it. I did not enjoy it so much. I think it's an age thing possibly, or not, because the themes never changed though, right?
Yeah, and to us, we know that this has been done before. So unless you do it really well, it's not gonna really appeal to us. And one problem with One Piece for me is it's been going on for so long. I cannot possibly like imagine to start watching it again. The dineros.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh shit, where's everybody? What's wrong with this? Big shout out to ZZ, Scott Walker, and Void again. I don't know, like I feel like Walker might be waiting for us. We still need to do at least 20 minutes with Walker.
Well, let's just hang around for a while.
Yeah, let's see. Guys, please, if you guys can hear us and see us, please leave a chat or a reply. For some reason, it's not appearing in our video. So Dogville is a superior than Synecdoche, huh?
Well, for me it is. But, I mean, they're different works. I think it's not really fair to compare those two. But if somebody asks me, it's like, what would you rather watch? I think I would choose Dogville.
So, Heartless POS, I have a question for you. Like, Val Kilmer Lover, I have a question for you. Like, what's the artistic movie that you thought was, wow? Like, artsy movie, like European style movie that you thought this was a banger?
The Wrestler.
Oh, man.
The Wrestler was fucking awesome. That was a great movie by Darren. What's his name? Aronofsky.
No, and who's he was
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I have a question. Mickey Rourke used to be so pretty.
He was so handsome, but I think his face got banged up after, like, I think boxing, was it?
Oh, really?
He went through surgeries and stuff. He had to recover his face.
No, but wrestler stars Spider-Man's aunt, right?
What's her name? I forgot her name.
What about the wrestler that you love? Like, cause I get this answer a lot. Like, people love wrestler. What is it about the movie you think just makes it a classic?
I think it's very similar to it's a very similar, like, vibe in a way to Synecdoche, because we know that Mickey Rourke's character in the movie, he's basically like a has-been there, and instead of focusing on the present, he lives in the past, and he has a daughter that he can love. He has, like, his new romance. I'm trying to remember her name, but I just keep forgetting.
It's okay, but go on.
But in the end, he gives it all up for that moment of glory one last time in the end. And the movie ends with him, like, doing that jump that could possibly kill him, and he makes the final roar. I thought that kind of, like, resonates to, I'm pretty sure, like, every man. It's like, what choice would you make? Would you, like, live the rest of your life as, like, a lamb, or would you live that final moment in your life as a lion? So I thought that was really powerful.
Wow. Just like Hector, right? He thought he was a lion and he got fucked in the ass by Achilles. Man, do you think it should have won the Academy Award?
I don't think it needs the Academy Award to
be like a classic.
to be acclaimed, because it already is, like, a great movie without it. I mean, if you think about it, I think Raging Bull didn't win an Academy, but still, we consider it a classic. We consider it like a great piece of movie. So I think The Wrestler, for me, was in the world of artsy movies, was a great one.
So what about Japanese anime and manga? Which one do you think overcame the stereotype and became art? Let's start with anime. Because for me, the Gundam movie was art. The one with
the Char's counterattack.
Yeah. That movie was glorious.
I agree, and it was glorious, and I think the sequels, like the other versions of Gundam, don't really match it. They tried to do something similar, but they don't work because it's been done before. So Char's counterattack, the original Gundam, I gotta say, it's like a masterpiece.
Well, you know what's great about Char's counterattack is we know him. He's a flawed character, yet he's so charismatic.
And I don't know, every time I see him, I remind myself so much of, like, the Romance of Three Kingdoms, because there's that boy general thing.
No, but which character?
Like Kang Yu and stuff. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of him. So, like you said, he's a flawed character.
No, but don't you think one of the reasons why that movie is great is because we know they're all gonna die? It's kind of like Iliad in that way.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons why Iliad is great is, unlike the Troy movie, he's not a hero because he's a great warrior. He's a hero because he's a great warrior. Plus, when he goes to Troy, he knows he's gonna die. That's why his mother prevents him from going. And I felt like Char's counterattack had these two characters that we invested so much in fight for because you know what's so funny though? They're similar characters. They're not that different.
Yeah,
they're just on the other side. Yet, you know, they fight to the death and for what they believe in. And they have so much baggage because even Shin, is his name Shinji?
Shin. I think that's his name, Shin.
Even his hands are not clean. And yet they're there we go. Oh,
Scott.
Thank
Okay.
you, Walker.
Finally. Boys, I will need to ask you this. They're remaking Silent Night, Deadly Night to Killer Santa movie from 1984. Do you think it'll be a good idea or bad idea?
Good idea.
I think it's always a good idea because every Santa Claus movie needs like a little twist. Because we get plenty of like family-friendly Christmas movies every Christmas. So I think it's a great idea to come up with a thriller.
What's up? The original Silent Night Daily Night got banned in so many countries because of a killer Santa and a lot of parents put outside movie theater. Do you think this one will get the same treatment? I don't know though. I think it'll still get some treatment like that in some countries, but it's gonna get released anyway. But me and Won-Jin, we're always up for a new interpretation of old tales, right? No, because what's the movie that we enjoyed with Stranger Things?
No,
actor?
it wasn't Shin. In the original Gundam, that's Amuro.
Amuro, right?
Amuro. There's another character called Shin from some other version of Gundam.
Okay.
But the original one is Amuro.
Yeah. No, because in the original Gundam, I still remember Amuro's guilt when he starts killing those Zakus. Zakus are the Imperial units. When he kills them, Amuro is it's kind of like a foreshadow to Evangelion.
Yeah.
Because he's always screaming and he's not having a good time.
It's basically, I think, because there's like a robot, a lot of people think that Gundam would be like a boy like cartoon thing, but it's not. It's about how like war tears humanity apart and basically takes away the innocence of a boy.
Oh wait, check out Silent Night Deadly Night remake. Let's search that, because I'm gonna go to the bathroom for a little bit.
Silent Night Deadly Night. Okay. So the original one from 1984. Okay. Let me see the remake. Remake. Oh, wait a minute. Are they bringing back the same cast? Oh no, hold on. This is the cast from the old one. It'll be cool if they also bring back like the original cast from the original movie. Silent Night Deadly Night remake announced. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Sorry guys.
Right.
I went to the bathroom.
Oh, the original one starred Malcolm McDowell? Damn. Isn't that the guy from like Clockwork Orange?
Oh, he was awesome in it. Oh, Won-Jin, Clockwork Orange. How do you grade it?
That was a weird movie. Yeah, that was a weird movie, but it still felt like a movie.
Is it better than Synecdoche, New York?
Yeah.
Why?
It's not just like unlike Synecdoche, it had those artistic elements, you know? That was a weird world. So like the whole set and like the way they're dressed and the things that happen, yeah, it did feel like an avant-garde movie. Synecdoche, New York was lacking those elements, in my opinion.
Let's see the chat.
Right.
So that's why you hate Evangelion, right? That had avant-garde elements too.
Avant-garde?
I
I like Evangelion until like episode 23, 24.
And they go batshit crazy with the teenage angst.
Like I said, it goes into psychodrama, basically like to confuse you.
Oh shit! Someone in Korea, I watched this YouTube video of a dog meat farm. Over 500 dogs were rescued from this farm, and there are auctions, and these dogs are rescued by animal rescuers. But there's no trailer for the movie yet. I just heard, like I said, it doesn't get banned, and a lot of parents don't protect. Do you think Killer Santa movie are a bad idea, or do you think you'll be interesting? It'll be interesting on how they do it.
Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna be family friendly. So for like grown up audiences, I think it's a great idea. But like for families, I don't think it's a great idea.
Yo, a Killer Santa killing the good boys will be funny. Like all the good boys. You've been good, huh? You don't deserve to live in this world. This world is harsh. This world is Viking level harsh, son. And then he starts,
would be messed up.
He starts kidnapping them and training them to be like ninja dwarves, and then just fuck up the whole town and protect the world or something. No, but Walker, like Koreans used to eat meat, like dog meat a lot, so I'm pretty sure there are a lot of illegal farms still left, because there's a demand for that, especially from the older generation. But I think still in Korea, if you register like dogs as what do you call it? 가축을 뭐라 그러지?
You mean like livestock?
Yeah, if I think there's a livestock law still intact where if dogs are bred as livestock, you can eat them. Or I could be wrong because it's so the change to dog meat is so fast. Because 10 years ago, I would see dog meat restaurant all over like Seoul. Don't you remember? Like it was like in every like
yeah, they did say like 영양탄.
Yeah, in every
something.
2 blocks, like dog meat was so available.
I just never understood like the whole appeals. Like why? Like
The most
sinister word in Silent Night, Deadly Night is naughty, naughty.
So Santa fucks up the naughty boys. Big shout out to Void of Parrot and ZZ again. I don't know why they can't join the chat here. YouTube is messing us up. No, but I mean, because I'm reading a lot of medieval history. I think poor people ate dogs right away.
Yeah, I understand in the medieval times because basically you were just like a wild animal. You were surviving, and after this meal, you don't know when you're gonna eat next, and that could be like life and death situation. So you gotta eat everything you see. You gotta be ready. But now we're not living in a world like that. Yeah, I mean, we come to a point where we can basically farm meat, like literally, like make them out of like stem cells and grow them. We don't even have to kill animals.
Do you think that's a good thing?
I think so because one of like the reasons why some people refuse to eat meat, like vegetarians and vegans and stuff, and also even meat eaters, what they try to emphasize is the way like animals are treated. And also, it's not sustainable because animals eat so much grass and they need so much grains, and that also means that we're
carbon exposure.
Yeah, more carbon footprint, and also it's taking up more land. And as the population grows and the meat demand grows, then we're gonna have less land to actually grow food for people. So I think it's not sustainable to keep livestock as like a food source for the future. And if we have the technology to grow meat in like a container using stem cell research and stuff, I'm pretty sure it's going to come to a point where it's basically going to be indistinguishable with actual like meat that comes from butchered animals.
Well, but wasn't that the whole point of Synecdoche, where is Sammy a great copy of Hoffman? Is the copy the same thing as the original? Okay, Won-Jin is smiling like, fuck you. What's up?
No, I don't know. That's like a connection that I never even thought of.
And you didn't give
a
fuck. Oh, wait, Walker. It wasn't a time all fairy tales character we all knew come to our world and they don't know or what until the curse is broken. Jimmy Cricket was a human before he was a cricket. Over and I ceremony for... Oh, Won-Jin, can you read it, please? I'm so sorry.
For Anzac Day, for the people who fought in World War I, World War II, there were some Nazis who were very disrespectful and very offensive toward us and the Aborigines in this elder. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Those Nazis. And the Japanese, the Imperial forces.
Oh my God! Why did you have to open that topic?
Because I think Australians and the overall
Southeast Asia.
Oceania, they suffered more from the Japanese Imperial Navy and Army than the Nazis because the Germans didn't go all the way there. And there are a lot of like war atrocity stories in that area after like the British, the U.S. and the Australian Navy get defeated by the Japanese Navy. I mean, they do a lot of ugly shit down there.
Well, we are talking about Japanese anime, though. Don't you think they deserve our forgiveness because of anime?
I don't know. I don't think it's up to us to forgive because we didn't live through that time.
Oh, that brings up a good movie. What do you think about Japanese movie, The Firefly? The Tomb of the Firefly.
I think... And I'm pretty sure a lot of people
lot of Koreans
find this like tragic and sad.
Void. I'm so sorry, Won-Jin. Thank you.
Native Americans raised dogs as livestock. Chihuahuas were specifically bred for consumption.
Yo, Void, what happened? Like, were you able to join our previous live stream? Because we couldn't see your comment. That's why we're opening a new one. We're so sorry about this.
I think there's something up with YouTube because I think there's like a moment. I think this also happened last week. These comments get loaded up and get delayed, and they all just like pour in.
Okay.
In like
I'm
1
so
second.
Sorry about that.
I don't know what's going on.
Won-Jin, I'm so sorry. Please continue.
Oh, the Firefly movie thing.
Yeah.
The one about the
Tomb of the Firefly.
Yeah. So.
반딧불의 무덤.
Yeah, 반딧불의 묘.
묘.
I don't know. I know there are a lot of fans of Miyazaki Hayao. Isn't this by Miyazaki Hayao?
It is.
I thought this movie
underplayed their.
No, I thought it was disgusting.
Oh wow. As a Korean, right?
Yeah, as a Korean. Because I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of people who suffered from that nuclear blast. But who started the war? What about those like 2,000 Americans going to church on a Sunday morning in Pearl Harbor? Is there an anime about them? And do you feel sorry for them? I think you should.
Hey, by the way,
because that was uncalled for.
By the way,
I'm not denouncing the victims of the nuclear attack,
I know.
But I mean, I think in order to feel sorry for them, we also need like a broader context of what happened.
Yo, guys, I want to make it very clear here. Won-Jin's response is not a minority opinion, because this is the majority of opinion of Koreans who watched that movie. Because one of my cousins who watched that movie came out like saying like, "Fuck this!" Like,
oh my god,
am I supposed to cry over this? Like, what about the tens of thousands of people they killed? And then why don't you do
tens of thousands? No, millions.
No, I'm
okay.
I'm wording
I get the point. Yeah.
But when I say tens of thousands, that's already a number that is incomprehensible to human beings. Do you know that if you look at tens of thousands, we cannot comprehend that number? So he was saying like, what about the people you guys killed? Yeah. Like, where's the movie for that? Like, and then like, so what I'm trying to say is Won-Jin's response is not unique. Like it's kind of a universal response like that.
And yeah, I bet it for us, it's kind of dumbfounding, the whole movie. But I'm also pretty sure that China's got a lot to say about the days of like the Imperial Japan, because so many died.
No, but I did, because I went to Nanjing's Memorial Museum twice. When I was a kid and when I was an adult. When I was a kid, it looked like a military base. I went in there. I couldn't go in there because my father wouldn't allow me to go in there. Because you know why? He went in there. He saw the photos. He said, my family's not coming in. Because the pictures.
It's too brutal.
But, so that was around 1980. No, that was 1990, early 1990. I visited the same museum around 2017. I went there. Completely changed. There was a huge statue of like there's a huge statue in around Nanjing. I don't remember how it's shaped, but it looked life affirming. Okay, let's say that. And I asked my tour, like, he's not a tour guide. She was my business partner. I was like, wow, they changed a lot of the Nanjing museum. And she, you know what she said? She said, Chinese people do not want to
remember.
No. She said it in this way: we don't want to just remember the horrors. We want to move away from that and show that we can be better than this. I was like, God damn! What? I was like, whoa! I was just like completely blown away, like, from her composure. Because I still remember her face when I asked the question. She was like, because she could have chosen the ugly route of saying, fuck you Japanese, you POSs, you come here and essay our people, mass murder our people. But she's like, China is stronger than that. China has risen, she said. Like, literally, in Chinese. And this is not just a memorial about our wounds, it's about our growth from them. I was like, fuck! I was like, don't fuck with these people! I was like, no, and she was such a dignified response.
But anyways, that movie, for me, it's
just not...
Yeah.
No, but hey,
because I also feel like it's made to be a tearjerker. And for the wrong reason.
But I did kind of like tear up on that one though. Like,
I mean, I feel sorry for the young. I think the siblings.
Yeah, the kids.
I feel sorry for them, but after like watching it all, you, as a Korean, you have no choice but to like ask the question. Then what about the children that you killed? And according to statistics, ever since the invasion of Manchuria by the Japanese, an estimated
an
estimated 2 million children died in China.
They formed the Manchugo, the fake
state.
Yeah,
the fake state with the Puyi. But 2 million kids, man. 2 million kids. It's like, who's praying for them, man?
Oh shit! Sorry. Hey, Won-Jin, I'm so sorry to ask you such a serious question.
But yeah, I mean, I like his animations, but that one would be my least favorite. Because it's painting the wrong picture there.
Of the total picture, right?
Yeah.
You're saying it's there's a larger canvas, but it's only showing the part where they got damaged.
Yeah. So maybe this is kind of harsh. It's kind of showing me like the aftermath of like a serial murderer's kids after he goes to jail. It's like, I'm supposed to, I mean, yes, they're innocent, but I mean, come on. Like, who brought this situation upon them? Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
That's fair. I mean, hey guys, I want to be very clear. Won-Jin is not the only one who thinks this way, okay? Because a lot of Koreans feel that way about this movie,
and I think it
offends them a lot.
It's also not just offending us, but I think in the long term, this is also like damaging for like our relationship with Japan to heal, because a lot of people are gonna grow up watching that animation feeling like they're the victims who's been wronged.
Okay, I'm looking forward to a new Karate Kid movie. It is Cameron and Karate Kid franchise, the original, and Cobra Kai, the new kid. Like I said, that the Chinese across the line, they build a lot of maritime theme parks in their country. They have killer whales. And where are you guys? What are you both opinions, I do's and don'ts about the Silent Night, Daily Night Killer Santa Claus movie? What is the most radically offensive movie for Koreans if you have to pick one for America, Australia?
Oh, racially offensive movie.
I gotta say, race is not such a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think there was any, like, for me, any racially offensive movie for Koreans for me. I mean, I even kind of laughed at Team America with the fake Korean, like the way they speak, the fake Korean. I think what actually offends me is not like the blatant racism, but the choice of music. I think you mentioned it before.
Which one?
Yeah, they play some like Chinese music for some apparently Korean thing. Yeah, so that kind of like mistakes.
No, Walker, but it's hard to get offended because to offend someone, you gotta hurt them where they like hurt. Like if I give Won-Jin a liver shot and say "fuck you," he's gonna hurt. But if I'm just walking by the street and say "aha, you're tall," and then I walk by, you're not gonna get offended. You're gonna like, "What the fuck? What was that stupid?"
And there are times when, in the perspective of white people, Asians might all look the same, and sometimes they confuse like the Chinese and the Japanese, the Korean, and blah 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 blah. I'm not really offended by like the confusion because I understand. Because if you take any Korean from the street and make them distinguish between like a Nigerian and Rwandan and Ethiopian, they're gonna have no idea.
Hey, even I have no idea with that. What the fuck?
Yeah, so I understand. I'm not really offended by it. I just think it's funny.
No, but hey, back to Japan. Like, Yet they make great animes. Though. What do you think of that?
That's true.
A lot of Korean. Hey, I would say a lot of Korean animes and manga are based on Japanese.
The whole world's animations and mangas are inspired by Japanese animations because I mean they had such great ideas, like beginning from like the 60s and 70s, and the level of production that they were able to like bring in, that was some like the golden era of animations.
No, but don't you think as a Korean, as we should learn that and try to do our soft power shit?
And
too?
I think that's why that's the reason why we got here. We learned a lot from that.
Oh, can you please answer my question about Silent Night, Daily Night remake? What are the do's and don'ts? There are no do's and don'ts, Walker. Do anything
they can go
want.
as crazy as they can. The more crazy, the better it is, because we actually love this movie called The Violent Night.
Yeah,
the one where like Santa Claus becomes like a diehard John McClane. That was hilarious. I did not expect that to be funny.
Won-Jin, I have a good question. Me personally, I don't think there's any limit to remakes. As long as it's, to take your word, entertaining and has meaning. Like, remake all you want. I mean, novels write other novels. Great anime brings other great anime. Because honestly, when I watch One Piece, you know what, Won-Jin? You said it best. It's been done before. We've seen a version of this before. There's never like a completely original thing.
Yeah.
It's always a copy of something, and then it's that 1 to 2% that you add new that makes it original. So I have nothing against like do's or don'ts. I hate these limits. Like, and besides, like, when did we get to dictate what artists do? Like, just go for it. And what is wrong and right today will not be right and wrong in 20 years.
And vice versa.
Yeah. So go for it.
Remember a few weeks ago how I told you guys that a couple of years ago there was like a scary clown epidemic across the world where people dress up as a sinner to scare people? Yeah. That's a bad idea. Bless me.
Bless you.
Rexy, what is going to appear in the new Avengers movie? New with her? How they're going to use her if she belongs to Universal? I don't know. You know, Walker, I kind of looked it up. Marvel Comics, they have their own dinosaur characters. There's like, there's this one called Devil Dinosaur. It's like a red T-Rex. So I don't think they're going to bother with it. Oh, shit. There's also like a Deadpool dinosaur? Yeah. Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur. Oh, so I think this guy's like a thing. Devil Dinosaur. I bet this was also inspired after Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably when the whole world had this like
Crazy
frenzy.
for dinosaurs,
Frenzy
right?
over dinosaurs.
Don't you think Flintstones started it, though?
Okay, never mind. It was 1978.
No, but don't you think like Flintstones and there were like precedents to that? But anyway, how long have we been talking?
That's been 33 minutes.
All right, guys, we're going to take a few comments and call it a night. We're so sorry for the technical difficulty. We really wanted to communicate with y'all. Big shout out to ZZ, Void of Parrot, and Scott Walker, our triple trouble. We're so sorry for the YouTube thing. Oh, Void. I never really understood the difficulties with differentiating ethnicities. I've had no problem doing so my entire life. It's like finding out most of the world is colorblind or something alike. That's so true, though. Like, it's really a minuscule difference. If you get to sit down and have a meal with somebody, you know that the difference isn't that big. It's when tens of thousands and millions of people start gathering around, vying for power, vying for whatever else, it becomes an issue. For some reason, somebody deciding to not eat a cow becomes a problem. For some reason, somebody deciding to not eat pork becomes a problem. Oh, Hindus don't eat cow. Muslims don't eat pork. You're like, so what? Right? That's the big problem.
You know the movie props from the Flintstones movie where they filmed the film? They let props in this stuff in the movie where people can look at them as tourism. Yeah, that's a great idea. Because I heard if they don't keep them, they usually discard them. They get destroyed. So it's better to keep them for like tourist purposes.
Really?
Yeah. I hope that I do a scary Santa Claus epidemic across the world where people dress up as Santa to scare kids, just like with the clown epidemic. What do you guys think of the same thing could happen? I don't know. It could happen, but that would be like a very stupid idea. Because then that's going to ruin Santa Claus for like every kid in the world. They're going to be terrified of Santa Claus. They're going to associate Santa Claus with something horrible. I think that's like destroying their innocence. I was watching behind the scenes of the Flintstones movie after the finished filming. They left the movie props and building as a tourist attraction in the location of the film. Yeah.
That's weird.
That makes sense though.
That's weird coming from you, Won-Jin, worried about innocence when you didn't even cry when Ellie cried over Joel, and then you would bang Val.
She already had her innocence destroyed through all that horrific shit she had to go through in the first season. Yet she still refuses to learn from that to appreciate what's good for her in her life in that moment, and she decided to act like an asshole until Joel died.
She's 19,
which is like an adult age. You're old enough to drive.
Are you?
Even in South Korea.
21 is the drinking age in America, motherfucker.
It's 20 in Korean age, which would make it 19 in U.S. age in Korea.
First of all, fuck you. fuck all your arguments. I don't care if they're right. Fuck you. You heartless piece of shit.
Man, Ellie.
Okay, one more comment and then we're going to call it a night. Hey, big shout out to Void, man. Thank you for suggesting Sinukdosh. I enjoyed watching one scribbling in pain. He's like, I don't. Oh, you know what he said?
When is it ending?
You know what he said in Korean? Ashibari. That's what he said in Korean. You know what that is? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Stop! When is the movie ending? Because I watched it and finished the 15 minutes later. I was like, it's not that bad. One more comment.
I don't know. I have this feeling that the comment is also lagging.
You think so?
Again.
Big shout out to ZZ, Scott Walker, ZZ, Kayla Marie, Jasmine, Prickly Pear. Thank you for the comments. Zach Miller does movies. Thank you so much. What else do we have? One more comment and then we're going to call it a night. Yo, guys, check out our review of Andor, Last of Us, Sinukdosh, New York, and please press like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Leave a reply. It helps our channel so much. Thank you so much. Yo, Won-Jin, do you know that we have like 300 videos, man?
Yeah. I mean, consistency is a thing.
Yo, we got 300 videos. 300 sessions of talking about everything and anything. Oh, maybe there's no more comments. So let's call it a night. Thank y'all for our 58 subscribers wherever you are. Greenland, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, East Asia, Central Asia, Western Hemisphere. Oh, is there possibly next week we can do a full slasher and let's talk? Yo, Walker.
Let's talk session.
Okay, next week let's do a slasher. Let's talk. How about that? If that sounds good, please say yes, Walker. Next week, our let's talk session will be about slasher films.
And 2090s movies and music.
But slasher plus 2090s music. Because slasher, oh man, we have so much to talk about in slashers.
Yeah. And there were like also the days of these slasher films, like in the 80s.
The glory days.
Yeah. Jason, the Psycho X murderer.
Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first movie still gives me shits.
We had Halloween.
Wait. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
100% boys, 100%. One more thing. Is there a chance that could be a great Dana that they're to look 100% like?
I bet there is. I guarantee there's like a dog that's like a doppelganger of the Scooby-Doo.
No,
somewhere out there, there's gotta be one.
No, there isn't. Scooby-Doo is the most not Great Dane looking Great Dane ever.
There's gotta be one.
Okay, Won-Jin agrees, I disagree. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Big shout out to Void a Parrot, ZZ, Scott Walker, Kayla Marie, Jasmine, Prickly Pear, Eva Truth. Thank you for the reply. German ID, Russian ID. German ID, especially thank you for leaving that reply on our review of the pretty boy pretending to be a preacher kidnapping 2 Mormons movie. Thank you so much, everybody. Our 58 subscribers, you sustain us. You give our lifeblood. You are our wombat and our hamsters. But now me and Won-Jin, we are about to renew our blood sugar. This has been JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Whenever you guys have children, are you against the idea of a Killer Santa Claus movie? How do you think parents would feel about this remake? Yeah, for kids, that's a bad idea. I'm not gonna let any kid watch like a Killer Santa Claus movie.
Next week, Andor. Next week, Last of Us.
Watch Once Upon a Time, please. Okay.
Next week, it's gonna be